Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Molly and here we have some sewing, crafts, and fun. Today we are going to try and sew a Plushie D20 or a 20-sided dice like you use in tabletop gaming. I'm really excited to start this, but I'm on my lunch break and need to get back to work soon. So I'll probably come back and do the actual planning and sewing tonight. Let's do a bit of a jump and get started. I pulled out just a regular D20 to use as a reference. It looks like there's 5 triangles on the top and bottom, and then the other 10 would be around the band in the middle. So I think that's how we're going to construct this. I have looked at some D20s online, like D20 plushies that you can buy, and they're all just very round. So my goal today is to make one that actually looks pointy, like a dice, and that maybe you could roll like a dice and you could clearly tell what number is facing up. So I've made this pattern piece. It's a triangle. Each edge is like 4 by 4 inches. And then it's got a 1/2 inch seam allowance on each side. Hopefully that'll make it so that we get a real clear facing and areas to sew. So I'm going to start cutting this out in fabric and then also interfacing. I think if we do interfacing on each triangle piece, that will make this sturdier and hopefully the edges will be more defined. So I'll hop into that. So I have been cutting out all of these little numbers. I basically just picked a font that I liked on Word and then blew them up to a size that I thought would work, printed them out, and then used them as a stencil. And I think that looks pretty good. Like, here's a 2. I made the mistake though of tracing them without flipping them over, so my pen marks are all essentially on what will be the front side of the number, but I don't care. I also made the mistake of throwing out my stencil before I had cut out all of the 1s. I'm not good at math, and I realized through this project, 1 is the number that comes up most often on a D20, because you have 1 and 11 and 12 and 13 and anyways. So my next step is to cut out 3 more 1s that I missed, and then I'm going to cut out all the shapes of the pattern pieces that I haven't cut out yet from earlier. We have 20 of our triangles cut out with the interfacing put on, much stiffer than they used to be. Still pretty floppy though. I'm going to start sewing the numbers onto the triangles from my pocket full of numbers, and we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to try to just sew all around the little numbers, and if that is too hard, I will maybe just do like 1 stripe of stitching up the middle. Look at that, it's so cute! Look! I'm really happy with how this turned out. I hope it appears facing the right direction in the camera, because to me it is, but I'm not good with directions, so, oh, I love it! This is gonna take forever. I'm gonna just muscle through and sew on as many numbers as I can. We have all the numbers sewn on. Let me show you. Ta-da! Oh, I am so happy about that. It took a long time. Yeah. Now I'm going to start sewing the pieces together. I guess basically kind of quilting them so that they'll be like that and make that polyhedral shape. All the numbers seem completely random and they are not facing the same direction, so I will follow that pattern. All right, so this is dropped. This is the one side of the dice, and it's looking pretty good so far in my opinion. These edges look pretty sharp. Maybe I'll do the other 5 that would be on the opposite edge. I'm not trimming down the seam allowance because I'm hoping that that will make these edges a bit more bulky and stick out. I don't know what I'm going to do next. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're just gonna stitch more triangles together and see how it turns out. Cool, bye. Okay, so now I am sewing these into a tube to do the middle part because we have the top and the bottom, and then this part will go in the middle, and it looks like that. I have sewn the top pointy bit to the bottom strip going around bit, and now we have this, and it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna try turning it right side out and see if it is shaped nicely. I don't know if I should press these seams because they're very stiff, and that is what I want. If I do though, it might give me some harder points on these angles, but actually I think if I just smush them with my finger, we might be looking pretty good. Look at that! That looks like a D20 to me. Oh boy, I'm pleased right now. All that's left is to put this cone on the bottom and to stuff it. Okay, so it is all together and it's a little squishy. I'm gonna try turning it right side out. I've basically just left one of the straight panels open so I can flip it around. I really hope that I have enough stuffing for this. So let's see, I'm just punching out all of the little corners. Right, so here is the Plushie D20, and oh my gosh, I love it so much. I think it turned out really, really cute. I'm pretty darn happy with this project. There's definitely things I could have done better, like not all the points are even. I know I talked about leaving the seam allowance on here, trying to create that stiffness, and I think it worked really well for the long, straight lines. Like, that has edges, which is great. But the points are not sharp because I did not trim down the seam allowances, and I think trimming just the corners where the points are would have made this even more angular. So if I ever do this again, that is something that I definitely will do differently. I've rolled this a bunch of times, but have not rolled a natural 20 yet. And I'm not sure if that's just luck of the draw or if it's because the 20 is so close to the seam where I hand stitched the dice closed, making that edge just a little bit more irregular. Maybe it doesn't want to sit on that. The 16 is the opposite side. I don't know, hopefully we'll get a natural 20 on here eventually. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. We're gonna have a bunch more plans coming up in the new year. Be brave and do your best. Thanks for watching, bye!